My guest today was run over by a vehicle as a child and declared dead. Stay tuned for the whole story.
He's a Florida witch with something to say. Your friendly old sage with a teddy bear face. The Alexian show. The magic's on its way. He's all set to play, so let's not delay. Welcome to Alexian's show.
Merry meet, everyone. My name's Alexian, and joining me today is my co-host, Draken. What's up?
What's up? I'm feeling like the Tin Man today. Oil can. So yesterday I helped shovel 8 cubic yards of soil into some planters for a generational village. I don't think I ever remember doing that kind of hard work. And like I soaked in a tub with like Epsom salts and everything, but I'm still like So
Not even in the military, eh?
No, not that kind of digging. No.
For those that don't know, Draken was actually in the military in her younger days.
I was in the Navy. I used to build torpedoes.
Yep.
Because, of course, why not?
Why not? It's been crazy around here too. Things have been going nuts. I had the terrible threes hit. I thought they were done, but no, they weren't. My back went out, and I thought that was one. I'm not going to count that one anymore. The second one was my sprinkler pump went out, and then my refrigerator died.
Right.
It was all within like 2 weeks, right?
That should have been your 3.
But
yeah,
my main TV in my house also died. So
ooh,
I have a new sprinkler pump, a new fridge, and a new TV.
So is this like a rolling? Is it a rolling 3? Is that what we're going with?
No. I'm done. No rolling. No rolling.
Yeah, we're done.
Can you believe that it's show 22?
Not really.
Yeah, like 2 more, and we've been doing this for now 2 years. Crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
I know we say that every episode, but it's really true. Like things just keep moving.
Yeah.
I do have a suggestion for those that are watching that are thinking, oh, I really don't have time to watch this right now. Well, why don't you add us to your playlist? You do that by subscribing and clicking that little like button. You know, it's called the bell. Listen to us on your drive, or maybe even listen while you're in the shower. You don't have to see our pretty faces all the time. You can listen to the audio anytime you'd like. And that way you can fit us into your day. Yep. Hey, you know, I've got the statistics.
As of last night, change all the time.
Yep. As of last night, we finally broke it. Draken, we are now over 25,000 subscribers. We have hit 25,109 subscribers. And once again, Brazil is number 1 for viewers. The USA come in number 2. And guess what? Hola, Puerto Rico!
Yay!
Puerto Rico is number 3 for viewers of the Alexian show in the last month. We appreciate every single one of you. We really do. Thank you so much for supporting us and the show. And for those that are watching right now, thank you so much. But let us know where you're watching from. Now, you can do that by commenting in the YouTube comments below. Draken is watching the comments, and she will be throwing your comments up on the screen. Also realize it's an interactive show, and we do take questions for our guest, which we will ask her at the end of the show. And again, hit that live button if you're not watching in time. If you're tuning in 15 minutes late or even 5 minutes late, hit that live button. It's the word right next to the volume control, and that'll jump you forward and keep you in time live with us so that you can participate in the drawing and possibly win those prizes at the end of the show.
But also, the comments are more timely, because if you're behind us and you comment, I can't really share your comment because we've moved on to another subject. And so sometimes I feel bad because they're great comments, but they wouldn't make sense in the new subject. So, like, hit the like button and you could go back and watch the beginning later.
Yeah. I almost died because I got ran over, and the comment says, "That's great." Doesn't work too well, right?
No.
So stay live with us, and things will be a lot better for you. We're trying to help you out, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I have to take a moment to congratulate Freddie, who won last month's Arcane Treasures Giveaway. This was the second time that he actually won. This is a lucky guy. He won Alexander James Adams' beautiful song, as well as my free Kitten Circle membership to my Cool Cats community, and a $25 coupon to use at paganmusic.com. So congrats, Freddie. Enjoy your treasures. Hey.
All right.
I want to take, just real quick, I don't want to take a lot of time up, but I want to bring up the community. I mentioned that he just got a kitten membership to the community.
Yeah.
So my Cool Cats community is my Patreon. Think of it that way. But it's more than just paying and, you know, knowing that you're supporting me. You actually will see me all the time live. I'm constantly in there, and I'm not just performing, I'm teaching things, right? Mm-hmm. I have done so much within the community, but just recently we had a blast in the Magical Crafts Night, which was last week. And I taught the group how to create a complete spell based on their own intentions. And then we did magical crafts. We turned around and we actually made the items from scratch during the meetup and put it all together into the spell. And then I taught them what to do with it to pull that magic and those intentions into their life. And we had such a blast doing it. We were laughing hysterically and supporting each other. So if you're interested, we meet for magical crafts once a month inside the Kitten Circle of my Cool Cats community. And if you'd like to join and be a supportive of my creative works as well, just visit alexianmusic.com/community. That's alexianmusic.com/community.
Yes. And I also wanted to add, that is one of the great benefits of being in there, but also connecting with other like-minded people. And we do a lot of like crafts, like, or they're like, here is something that you could do and you can choose to do it, but we share it with the community and we all kind of like bounce ideas off each other. It's actually a really neat, like, compendium of, like, you know, community. It's amazing.
Community. It really is.
It really is.
Some of you guys have become really close friends now. And in fact, one of my community members petitioned me to study officially witchcraft with me. And I accepted her. And she has now studied for almost 2 years under my tutelage and is a first-degree initiate in the Alexandrian tradition and almost to second degree. Yes. So yeah. And then also we do bonfire bardic circles twice a month where we drum and chant and sing with each other. It's like being around the bonfire. We do so much in the community. Just trust us. Come on over. There is a free plan called Paw Pal. So you don't have to pay if you're broke. It's okay. Just come be part of the community. Yeah. But also, at the very least, get on my newsletter, get on my email list, and you'll at least know what's going on with my music and my new releases and such like that. Okay. Right. So that's all. That's all. How's the chat looking?
Looking great. Speaking of my sister, there's Sandra
There she is.
from
That's
Alabama. And then, as always, our beautiful Nastasia from Temple Hills, Maryland. She is
Hi,
with us.
Natasha.
Yeah. And I don't have anybody else saying where they're from. So, we'll just keep
We'll
going.
just keep going. It's okay.
Yeah.
They're shy. They'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell and be a helper. Share the show with your like-minded friends. And once more, remember this is an interactive show with questions and answers, so don't be afraid to type them in down below. Okay?
And be live.
And be live. And be live. Okay, let's bring on our guest.
All right.
It's time for Enchanted Verse.
She is an internationally acclaimed pagan singer-songwriter whose music blends the sacred and the silly, the heartfelt and the hilarious. A bardic force of nature somewhere between Anya, Joan Baez, and Tina Fey. She has toured the world sharing powerful songs, big laughter, and deep magic. Everyone, please, please, please welcome the extraordinary Celia Farran.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a beautiful introduction. Hi, Alexian.
Hi, thank you for coming. Yeah. So we actually met and got to know each other through the Red Album project. We collaborated on that together. Yeah. So tell me about a little bit about your experience with that.
Well, it was such a great community effort to put forth good and positive messages for, freedom of reproduction rights. And it felt like it was like a sequel to the Green Album, which I was also on, and it was a real honor to be included.
Yes, it was amazing. And it is still supporting the community. So if you haven't gotten your copy yet, I actually have a few, just a handful of physical copies of the CD left in stock. If you scan that QR code, it'll take you right to my store, paganmusic.com, and you can get yours. And if you would follow it up with a personal email to lordalexian@gmail.com, I will actually sign it before I mail it to you. And then the cool thing you can do is go around to everybody's concerts, like Celia's concerts, and have her sign it too. And you can collect signatures and have a keepsake that'll last the ages. But right now, we still need funds to support that cause. So if you haven't gotten yours, now's your chance. Now, you've been known to say you came into this world as a spontaneous outlier. Tell us what that means.
Well, what a great question. Well, I was born at home in a time when that was really frowned upon, and my mother had to write a note to the doctor to get the blessing to have me at home. So she had both my brothers in the hospital, she had my sister at home, and then I was the last of the children. So she did this thing where she didn't want the doctor to be there. So she waited till her water broke, and she waited until she had quite a few contractions. Then she called the doctor. Doctor was not present for my birth. There was no midwife present. It was just me, my mom, and my dad. And my dad was the first person to touch me. And I had my mom's story about it for a long time. And recently I asked my dad about it. What was it like? He said, well, first of all, it wasn't like in the movies where there was a lot of screaming and a lot of pain. I don't know if there was pain. I'm sure my mother would disagree with that. But it was peaceful. He said that there were candles lit, that there was beautiful music playing, and that I was slippery and cheap. I said, "What do you mean I was cheap?" So the doctor did finally show up after my parents had delivered me. My mom was cuddling with me on the couch. My dad was doing some design work because he was an inventor. And the doctor came in and, got all my vitals and did all the things that doctors are supposed to do. And then when my father got out the checkbook to pay for it, which probably would have been about $300 or $400 at the time that I was born, the doctor had been chatting with my dad, who was an artist, and he saw a piece of artwork on the wall, and he said, "You know what? Put the checkbook away. Just get me a copy of that." So my birth cost $7 in my father's printing cost to print some of his own artwork. I came in on the barter system. I came in outside the law because they didn't actually track my stats until they took me to the hospital later, and on my birth certificate. This is the best part. And I just found it, Alexian. I lost it for a long time. I finally found it on my birth certificate, where it says things like cesarean section, live birth, stillborn, all the different possible births. Mine is the last box checked, and my box is spontaneous. So I came in as a spontaneous outlier, and I've been living that life ever since.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That's very inspirational, actually. Very, very fun. And how beautiful the description of your father delivering you and the music and everything being peaceful. What a beautiful, beautiful story.
Thank you. I feel lucky that I came into the world that way.
So going with being spontaneous and having a little fun, what's the most humorous fan comment that you've ever received?
Humorous, well, there's a so I'm a looping artist, right? And what that means is that I have a looper at my feet, and I can record a track live and then play that back, and then I can record on top of that, and there's 2 tracks, and then I can record on top of that, and there's 3 tracks. So I can create a tapestry of sound, from the beginning to the end of a song, where I have a full choir, and I've got my guitar, my ukulele, my drum beats, things like that. So by the end, I have a fully developed song. And I was doing a healing concert, actually very peaceful, very meditative. And during the break, one of my fans who was there in a very peaceful state said, "That must be so amazing that you can play with yourself on stage." And I tend to go towards the innuendo, as you'll see in some of the other things I'll share
Why
today.
not? Of course.
And I had to bite my tongue so hard, Alexian, not to say anything and just say, "Yes, it is. Thank you," because I wanted to. But it was not
Oh,
the appropriate moment. It was not the
if it
appropriate
would
moment.
have been me, I would have. 'Cause
I
that's just
know. I
me.
mean, I trust me, it was hard. I mean, it was hard not to, but that was a fun moment. And I think, it's not really a funny thing that happened, but something somebody said to me at an event changed my life in a really sweet way. So I was in the audience. I was in the front row. I was actually sitting with Ralph Bronner, who is Dr. Bronner's son. So if you know about Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap, or there's other flavors.
Mm.
Ralph Bronner was a friend of mine before he passed. He lived in the Milwaukee area, and he, of course, is soap fame, but he was also a teacher in the inner city school system, and he would bring music in. And what a character. You give Ralph a moment to talk about the soap. There's actually a movie out there, The Magic Soapbox, and it's Ralph talking about the soap and all the experiences he's had because of it. So I'm sitting in the front row because Ralph had treated myself and my partner at the time to tickets. And Melanie, okay, right? So Melanie was very famous in the 70s. She was at Woodstock. I used her song for my very first show and tell in kindergarten. So my show and tell was I brought an album, her record, and I played Brand New Key. I got a brand new pair of roller skates, that thing. And so, did I make a mistake? Did I just mess us up by doing a melody. I hope it doesn't catch it. So anyway, I was in love with that song. So I shared that song. So yeah, you're seeing photos. That's Melanie. That's her. She's gorgeous, beautiful musician. So I'm getting to see her live as a childhood, big fan. And she was late. They had gotten stuck in traffic and the opening act went on. And then the announcer, who was a friend of mine, was just sort of talking a long time, giving a very, very long introduction. And then he started playing the native flute. We're like, what's going on? Why are they not bringing on Melanie? And then one of my fans was apparently there, knew I was there. And in the back of an 800-seat theater, somebody yelled out, Celia! Celia! And my friend who was introducing said, yeah, Celia, come up and do a song. So I inadvertently opened for Melanie.
Opened for Melanie.
In Madison, Wisconsin. And so here's what happened. So I'm singing the song. I was doing an a cappella piece that was half in English, half in Gaelic. The place was pin drop silent. It was, I was, you know how that is. Like my nervous system was like, what is happening? Do I know these words? This is amazing. Melanie's. And then I hear all this kerfuffling happening stage right, off stage. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Melanie is here. And she is wondering who the F is on my stage. And I was freaking out. Like in my mind, I thought I was making her mad. And so my friend came on and got a big round of applause. It was a beautifully yummy moment. And then he brought me backstage and he said, I want you to meet somebody. And I met Melanie, and she's really short. Of course, she was larger than life when I was growing up. She's really short. And she stood up and she looked up at me and she said, you have the most beautiful voice. And I just nearly melted. And her husband was there and they were like, we need to talk later. We need to talk to you more. We need to connect with you. And I was just on pins and I went back to my seat in the front row. They started the show. My mind is just going, what just happened? Oh my God, what just happened? What just happened? And Peter, her husband, came over out off the stage into the audience while she's performing. And he came to me, he said, do not leave without me connecting to you. I want you to go on tour with us to Europe and open for Mel.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, what just happened? So I did connect with them afterwards and I got the email address and I emailed and I never heard from them again.
Oh no.
And I didn't push it. I didn't follow up. I don't know why.
That was probably not them. That was probably record company.
Maybe. I think it was his personal email, but I was way more shy at that beginning part of my career. And I have a feeling it just wasn't the right thing for me anyway, but to be asked and to be seen that by one of my childhood heroes and to have it happen.
Validation.
I could never, ever, ever have planned that. And I don't tell that story very often. I was covering that song, Brand New Key, for a while when I was doing covers. I just don't do covers anymore because I have so much original material, but it's such a great, fun, playful song. And that's sort of some of the songs I like to write are fun and playful. So she influenced me and I got to meet her and I got to open for her. How cool was that?
That's very cool. I have to bring up, I never met Melanie, but I have a dear friend who also passed, Patty Noah. And Patty was dear close friends with Melanie and in fact told us about Melanie and how nice she was and down to earth. And Patty lived here in Orlando, Florida. And so I got to know about Melanie through Patty's eyes, right? And it was really, really cool to learn about her and then start listening to some of her music and stuff because it was a little before my time. Let's just put it this way. I was on the farm in the late 60s, early 70s when I was little. So we didn't get those songs. It was all church and country, But I got to know, I miss the Beatles too. Like I was completely Beatleless. Ignorant. Like of the Beatles until I went to college and my friends started introducing me because of my upbringing on the farm in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. But
Yeah.
anywho, Patty, love you, Patty. She's a dear friend of mine, and she knew Melanie. She was like really good friends with her, like besties.
That's
So it was funny
beautiful.
that you brought that up. I'm like, oh my God, she's talking about Melanie, Patty's friend. So small world,
It is.
small world. So tell us about this kilt song. You got some funny stories there.
Oh my goodness. I love creating, and I love that inspiration comes from just about anywhere, anytime in my world. I write a lot of songs, a lot of different songs. So
Yeah.
like I do the healing things and spiritual things and deep, yummy, heart opening things. And then I like to do things that are a bit risque too. And I had just recently written the "We Need More Men in Kilts" song. I actually started writing that song when I was in England at, Glastonbury in Glastonbury. And I
Where else would
finished
you
it.
start writing a song?
I know, it's just happened that way.
If you guys
And
haven't heard this song, you got to check it out. It's hysterical, but go ahead.
it's very fun, and I like to do it live with, audience participation. So I had just written it, and I was performing at Pagan Spirit Gathering. And if you've ever been to PSG, in the morning, there's always a morning meeting, and there's always music or a musician that plays to sort of show, hey, they're playing later on today, and make sure you check them out at the main stage or wherever they're playing. So I was like, this is the perfect song to do at PSG. It's pretty new. So I was still learning the lyrics in my own head. You know how that goes. And so I asked John Skoglund of Spiral Rhythm. I said, would you do it with me? Because he's just so fun and so playful. He'd never heard the song. I shared with him sort of what the audience participation parts were so that he could lead those because I'm playing guitar and there's hand movements and I couldn't do all that. He absolutely stole the show. He's just so funny, and we became this beautiful comedy duo instantly, and some sweet, funny, unplannable moments happen. So go check out the video. It's just look up "We Need More Men in Kilts" Celia Farran, and you'll see me and John Skoglund doing this song, and the audience just being so playful and so alive and so present, which is what I love. Maybe not the most. I don't know what I love the most about what I do, but I really love that part of it.
PSG 2016. I saw the video. It's hysterical. And he's so cute with his little horns on.
I know, he's just fabulous. I love him so much, and I couldn't have asked a better person to play that role. I just couldn't have asked a better person. Another wonderful, magical moment that fell into place and
Yeah.
created more magic.
Everything happens for a reason.
Mm.
Hey, just a reminder to type your questions into chat. Draken's covering the chat and we'll ask them a little bit later. So, Celia, describe a typical day in Celia's life.
Ooh, it really depends if I'm on tour or if I'm at home. So if I'm on tour, it's typically I wake up pretty early. I'm one of these weird musicians that actually goes to bed early and wakes up early, or goes to bed late and still wakes up early.
You're a
Get up
leprechaun.
early. I am a lot of things. That's one of them. And I typically get some work done in the morning because for me, that's when my brain is the sharpest. That's when I
Mm,
have really good decision-making skills. By the end of the day, I should not be making important decisions. I do not drink coffee. I might have some decaf here and there, but even if I drink decaf, I end up committing to things I should not be committing to because I have a song called The Coffee Song, and the lyrics are, am I a genius or is it the coffee? So the coffee can make me do things that I shouldn't do, but I think I can when I drink the coffee. So I don't drink coffee. I typically make some tea, and then I will try to get a 5-star day in. And what I do for my 5 stars is walking, meditating, laughter call, which happens at 8 a.m. Pacific every day. If anybody wants to join us, it's free. We laugh for 20 minutes straight as a laughter practice, and then we do some gratitudes. I do yoga, stretching, and I take my supplement. So I try to do those 5 things, at least for a short time every single day. And if I get them done in the morning, all the better. Then I'm usually getting to work. And that means anything from connecting with a podcast host such as yourself and working out all the details so that we have a really smooth show. It could mean booking something, promoting something, putting things out on social media. And then I also write a song every week. So I have a singer-songwriter group, and on Monday I get my prompt, and then I just start working through that. And on my walks, I take songwriting walks, and I create the songs. And my most recent song is really fun and sexy and cute, and it's called Naked Pancakes. So if anybody wants to hear more about Naked Pancakes, then I will be uploading that probably even today or tomorrow on my Patreon. So all the songs that I write, then I make them available to my Patreon subscribers. And thank you, shout out to my Patreon subscribers. My goodness, what would I do without you? You've been so amazingly generous and kind and supportive for some time. So if you join my Patreon, there are over 250 songs on Patreon alone. And then of course I have like 14 albums and the hundreds of songs that are recorded and you can buy. And then there's hundreds of songs that you can get that are exclusive to Patreon, but I'm going to start releasing them soon. For example, We Need More Men in Kilts is only available as an MP3 on Patreon. The Coffee Songs only available on Patreon. Naked Pancakes will only be available on Patreon. So head over there, join, and for $10 a month, you can get access to all of those songs from when I started in April 2018 to today, and you can download them all and have all that music, and you could be listening to me 24 hours straight because there's that much music. I will be getting those things up and streaming soon, so watch for that. So that's some of the things that happen in my typical day. Now, I am a napper. I love luxurious naps. So when I get a chance, I just shut everything off. Sometimes I'll put on a meditation. Sometimes I call it napitation. I kind of like Einstein. I turn off my brain. I turn into a puddle like a caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis. I turn into goo. I luxuriously nap, and then I wake up and I can grow wings again and become the butterfly. So I'm a big fan of napping. I'm a big fan of not drinking coffee in the morning, taking good care of myself so I have good energy, clearing my energy field. That's more in sort of the theme of your Magickal show. Because, here, think about this, Alexian. Right now, someone is listening to your music. Mm-hmm. Probably hundreds of people, if not thousands or millions of people are listening to your music. That means they're tapped into your energy field, which is can be a lovely, wonderful thing. And most people have beautiful, positive, wonderful intentions. They're still in your energy field. So I make it a practice to do a clearing every morning. I burn sage. I have a particular thing that I read out loud, which my friend Bettina wrote. If anybody's interested in that, I can share it with you. She's given me permission to share it. So clearing my own energy field so that I'm doing good work in the world, and then also clearing the energy field in case anybody's tapping in that isn't supporting me being able to give more. So I do that as well. So luxurious napping, taking good care of myself, creating and taking care of all the left brain things, producing, promoting, booking, managing, doing tour prep. I'm about to go on a big trip soon. So I am left, right brain dancing from the moment I wake up till the moment I go to sleep. And I love it. I'm a redheaded Capricorn, a force of nature, and I love being such.
Huh! I'm not a redheaded Capricorn, but I'm an Aries. Huh! I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I can relate.
Yeah, that's the sound that's made, and We Need More Men in Kilts. We go, whoa! We need more men in kilts. Whoa! Exactly. Yeah, you know it. You have seen it.
So I completely agree with you about putting your creative works out into the world and how, you're connecting with other people, whether you know it or not. In my way, in my tradition, being Wicca, I have major wards set. So I am very well protected, not only by the magic that I have in place, the shielding that I have in place, but I'm also protected by my husband, and I'm protected by my coven and my daughter covens, everybody. I have so much love in my life that the devil couldn't get through. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel very blessed in my life. I do love quiet moments, and my meditative quiet moments are working with my orchids. And I just recently hatched some babies. I have baby lotus seeds that I am growing. So I'm very excited about it. I've never grown a lotus before, but they grew so fast. I could not believe they went from a seed to this long of a stem in 1 week, like 1 week. So I'm very excited about my lotus. Anyway, that's what I do. I grow orchids. That's my big thing. If you didn't know me already, if you're on my newsletter, you'd see photos of the orchids, by the by. I do post them on Facebook and such and social media as well. But that's my meditative moment in the day. And I look at them every day and weed them and take care of them. And yeah, so, but I can so relate. But you are my inspiration, honey. Let me tell you, I'm getting ready to retire from teaching live music lessons every day. Online, I teach. I'm retiring on my birthday in April. So, yes, I'm going to have so much more time. So, I'm doubling down on the music production. So, I'm working towards being more like you. And
Awesome.
man, you have created so much. In fact, let's throw a few albums up, or recordings, I should say, that you've recorded, and you can tell us a little bit about each one. So this one's Letting Go.
This is Letting Go. So this is very much in that vein of more meditative. I use this personally for my own yoga practice. And this would be the music that I would do at the sound healings that I offer. It's 80 minutes of music, which is what a CD could hold at the time. So it's a very generous album and lots of layers. So inspired by my live looping, and then I took that into the studio. And it's just I loved recording it, and I love sharing it. It's one of I'm not supposed to say, but it is one of my favorite albums.
Wow. I'm glad you said looping. I wanted to bring that up earlier. I have a looping machine like right there. I don't know if you can see it in the background there in the shadows. And
Not
I've
really
only
clear.
used it. Yeah, it's right there above the keyboard, but I've only used it this much. I would love to talk to you I would like to talk to you sometime privately, just to get your overview about how you go about looping. I
For
would
sure.
like to play with it more. So just a little little pin in your hat there. Let's go back to your
Perfect.
album. The next one is Carry Me Home.
This one's probably one of my most popular albums for certain songs. Like, people use Please Bless This Space to bless their spaces on the daily. People have used the song Carry Me Home to help their family members and friends transition over
Mhm.
from this world into another.
Mm.
I do a looping version of Ave Maria, where I take Ave Maria, Amazing Grace, and Alleluia and put them all together. And then there's also the very fun The Yum Yum song on this album. So there's a lot of favorites on this album. I basically took songs that I developed on the looper and took them into the studio. And yeah, one of my most popular albums.
And this one?
Bridget Songs is just what it says. So I am a devotee of Goddess and Saint Bridget. I love that she bridges the worlds between the old religion and the new religion. I love that she's a healing goddess. I love that she's depicted as a redheaded, fair-skinned, powerful goddess, because I can relate to that. And I typically write at least one Bridget song a year, and I just keep putting them on this album, which is a download. And there's a couple of collaborations. Well, one collaboration collaboration in particular with myself and Selena Fox. So you mentioned that you have a lot of fans in Brazil. And I have a
Yeah.
lot of fans in Brazil because of Claudinei Prieto. He was singing in Portuguese. He was singing one of my Bridget songs online, and Selena Fox sent it to me. Selena Fox is a good friend. She's the high priestess of Circle Sanctuary in Wisconsin. And she said, "Hey, did you know that somebody's singing your song in Portuguese?" I had no idea. So because of Claudinei, I have some fans who are devotees of Bridget as well in Latin-speaking countries. And there is a song between myself and Selena Fox on this album as well, because she was, just like she does on one of the Sabbats on Imbolc, she was putting out a chant to Bridget. And of course, music came immediately to my ears, and I turned that chant into a song, and I recorded it. And then when I was in Wisconsin, Selena lives about 45 minutes from where my mom lives, and they've been friends for a long time. So we went to Selena's house and we recorded her voice. So her voice is on it as well as my voice. And we're doing this collaboration together. So Bridget of the Sacred Waters. And we recorded the
Yes.
spring that's there on Circle Sanctuary land. We recorded the sound. So when you hear that song and you hear the water bubbling, that is Bridget's Well from Circle Sanctuary in Wisconsin. So this one's really
Beautiful.
sweet. If people like karaoke, there's also karaoke tracks, so I could be their backup singer if they want to sing the Bridget songs. And this has been a really fun project to do Bridget healing concerts with the songs that I write for Goddess Bridget.
That is cool. I'm going to have to get that.
The Breathe album. This was my first solo album because I started my career doing Irish and Celtic music. And if you're not looking at the screen and you don't see me, I have long red hair. I'm the spitting image of an Irish Colleen. And if I put an accent on, everyone would think I was from Ireland. But so I started doing all of this Irish music. And people started pegging me as, oh, the Irish singer, but I wanted to do original material. So this album was produced by Willie Porter, amazing musician. Go check him out. He plays all over it as well. Incredible guitarist. And he brought in some great cats to play on this album. I learned so much about producing from Willie. So this is all original, and probably, gosh, there's a lot of favorites on this one too, but the one that is probably the most impactful is Everyday Goddess, my song Everyday Goddess, which has now become one of my monikers. People call me the Everyday Goddess because of the song. And the truth is, I didn't even know that the world was ready for that song when I wrote it. And when we decided to put it on the album, I wasn't sure I was ready to sing that song. However, over the years, as you know, once we try things on and they get comfortable in our own skin, then we can own them. And now, yeah, I'm the Everyday Goddess. I am an Everyday Goddess. I believe every woman who wants to identify in the feminine is a goddess. And we all have all of it in us, right? We all have God, goddess energy, and everything in between. So that song really has been a beautiful dance for me in my own life in owning divinity and sharing it with others.
Yeah, it's amazing how that your muse brings things to you when the time is right, right? And you might not believe that the time is right, but they know when the time is right. So
You know what
you
I
just
want to
have
say
to.
about these? They won't shut up. They're always asking me to do stuff, and I need to make a deal with them. Like, okay, you get me a team of people to do all this other stuff, and I will just hang with you. But I can't do this right now because I've got to XYZ. But yeah, those music, they are. I have a song called "Barred to the Bone," and one of the lines is that I have a polyamorous relationship with the muses.
I love it.
So many of them. Oh my gods.
It's
Yeah.
so true. Do you write songs in your sleep? Because I do.
A lot of times I will, kind of like Einstein, right? Go to sleep, and then in the morning I'll take one of those luxurious naps, and then the song formulates. And absolutely. So that works for you too?
I get sometimes lyrics, melodies, and harmonic changes all in my sleep, like it's a complete song. And then I'll wake up at 3:30 in the morning and roll over and grab my phone and mumble into my phone Now, 50% of the time, the next day, I'm like, what the fuck did I just say? But most of the time, I can make out the words and the melody and such. And in fact, I wrote a song that has Latin in it, and the Latin was in my sleep. It was in my dream. I don't know Latin. I don't know Latin. And I was hearing the Latin words in my head. So when I woke up, I started talking these words, and I had no idea what I was talking about, but I had the feeling of what it meant. And sure enough, I looked it up on Google with Google Translate, and I'm like, oh, well, shit, like, damn.
That's so cool.
Weirdness happens sometimes like that. But yeah, I write a lot of songs in my sleep. And when I tell you I have hundreds of songs ready to be recorded, I am not joking.
Do it.
And in fact, speaking of the little side risque part that you mentioned earlier, I'm developing a new persona called Daddy Lex, LEXXX, and he is going to be singing songs for the gay community. So if you know any gay DJs out there, DJs that work in gay clubs, get them in contact with me, because I want to network with the local DJs and get my gay music into the gay clubs as an older gay man. Call me daddy. Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
That's where I'm going with that.
Let's bookmark that, because I do a lot of character work as well in the comedy aspect of my career. And I have a character named Yownie the Sex Curious Cowgirl.
Okay.
And she would have a show that would be kind of like a sex education show, because she's the straight man, and no pun intended on all those levels. and she would have guests like you on, and talking about your music and what it means to you. And so you could be on my show or Yownie's show.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Take you up on that.
Daddy Lex. That sounds good in that southern accent. Daddy Lex. Yeah.
Daddy Lex. Well, that's my real old accent. I was born and raised in the Ozarks. So you start talking like that, I'm gonna start talking like that naturally.
Yeah. Oh, we'll have so much fun. Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeehaw. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. We're back to spiritual.
Back to this. Back to spiritual. Tap down the risque. Tap down the risque.
Yes. Yeah. So this song is it's like this album is the sister to the Letting Go album. And it's much more deeper, ancestral, darker tones, and shamanic. So those two albums, and the artwork is by Eduardo Rodriguez Calzado, beautiful artist, and he licensed his artwork to me to be able to do those two albums. Go check him out; he's prolific.
I was going to say that's very similar to this art.
Exactly, same artist.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Eduardo Rodriguez Calzado.
Yeah.
And my friend from high school said, you should check out this artist. I'm like, I should not only check him out, I should ask him if I can use his art for my album covers. He's amazing. Beautiful. He's from Mexico.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Oh, for the asking, this one is, gosh, some of the more popular songs on here are the Meta Prayer, which are, I had a fan come to me and say, you should turn these lyrics into these words into lyrics for a song. And I was like, I don't have time for that. And then of course the muse said, oh yes, you do. And it's happening right now. So the Meta Prayer came, and is on that album. For the Asking is the title track on that album. I also have a song called The Caregiver Song, which also came to me through a fan connection. A fan had been using my Angel song, which is on the Breathe album, because she herself was healing herself from cancer. At the same time, her young son, got cancer, and the family was taking care of both of them. And so they were saying, I'm your angel, which is the Angel song. And she said, but there's no song out there that expresses how I feel about my gratitude of being cared for. And so she said, could you write that song? I said, whoa, that is a big ask. I don't know. So I had a phone conversation with her and I asked her some questions and we had a beautiful conversation. And on my drive, I think, gosh, I was in Prescott, Arizona, to Prescott to Kansas. I wrote the Caregiver song, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful connection for people who are doing that work and giving of themselves so dearly to care for others. So
Mhm.
this album has a lot of really sweet, beautiful songs on it like that.
Oh, very nice. All right. Before we go a little further, one more question. Why do you sometimes create horror, sci-fi, pop art?
I'm going to need you to ask that again because it cut out for just a second.
No problem. Why do you sometimes create
Uh-oh.
horror?
Let's say
Well, internet glitching?
a little bit.
I'll try again. Why do you sometimes create horror, sci-fi, pop art?
Why do I create horror, sci-fi, pop art?
Yeah, like
Is this is this is this a question from somebody in the chat?
no, no, no. This was, because you have your silly side and your sci-fi side, and you do con things too, right? Did I read that right?
Yeah, okay. Not so much. My comedy side could go in the way of con. I would love to make the Trestlefoot Fairy a comic. I would love to make her a superhero. I really would. I think the way to answer that best is I'll write about anything. And theater is my background. Like my first degree is from the University of Michigan. I have a degree in theater performance. I've been doing theater and
Okay.
writing and creating sketches or, playing characters in Chekhov plays from very, very young. So I love story. I love sci-fi. I love looking at what's possible, and I love words, and I love word play. Like, it just makes me so happy to find a word and find a quip or a little something that connects to what something else said and somebody else said, and then lifting it and elevating it. So I love writing everything from, the spiritual stuff to I just wrote a song, a parody of do you know that song that's in the Irish tradition called Whiskey in the Jar? I won't sing it because I know we're not supposed to do that, but
Yeah.
Metallica made it popular, and I grew up with Irish music. So I was at the Tucson Celtic Festival, and I got a chance to perform with an incredible group. Check them out, Celtica Nova. And I have a fan in Tucson. His name is Mike. He always bakes me cookies, and he makes the best chocolate chip cookies I have ever had. And I have eaten a lot of chocolate chip cookies in my day. And so I kept offering cookies to all the band members. And after the whole festival was over, I don't know what somebody said. They were hungry. So I said, well, I've got cookies in the car. And Harold, who is one of the members of Celtic Nova, said, ooh, we need to write that song. That needs to happen. And so I wrote a parody of Whiskey in the Jar to Cookies in the Car because I love words. I just love them so much. So I'm not sure if I'm answering your question about
Yeah.
sci-fi or whatnot,
Well,
but I'll write about
because
it.
we're talking about the spiritual, but you also do things other than spiritual, is my point.
Correct. I love lots of witty stuff. I love from the Irish Celtic tradition story songs. I love social justice songs. I have a lot of songs out there that are, boy, they were true at the time I wrote them, and they're even more true now. Like my Red Alabaster and Blue album has the Symbol song on it, and it has Red Alabaster and Blue on it, which is the words are "I'm an American too," which is really about connection rather than separation and borders. I've got a song called Strings on Our King. So more social justice things and things that are about bringing people together, not separating them, and looking
Mhm.
at our humanity and looking at how we can be the very best selves we can be so we can be the very best community members we can be so that we can be the very best planet that we can be and culture. So I've always been about that. And that's sort of my song that I wrote for the Green album is like that. Um, well, I will not waste my breath on talking small. Um, I use my voice for the love of it all. It's like that's what I'm here for. So yeah, I write I have a song called Glitter Bombed about glitter. I'll write about anything. And I love it.
It's interesting that you said, social justice, older song, and it's more true even today. I tend to write ecologically minded songs. I wrote Save Me back in the early 90s, and it's about saving, the Mother Earth. And man, it's even more poignant today than it was then. And I've written another song called Scream, which will be released this next year in 2026. And it's also about, saving the planet, from our own destroying ourselves, basically. But yeah, anywho, it's a little scary that things haven't gotten better. And in fact, in some cases, they've gotten worse, but that will not stop us from trying to influence the positive and the healing, that needs to be done.
That's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as performers and musicians and artists, we have a special platform that I believe we have a responsibility to
Yep.
utilize for the better and good, whether that's making people laugh because gosh knows we need to right now,
Yes.
or healing a heart, or creating a connection, or allowing a piece of music to create a vibration of energy that somebody connects to in a way that uplifts their life. That's magic.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you have prepared not one, but two songs that you're going to recite for us as poetry. And I do believe the first one is Symbol, correct?
Yes, and I will need my glasses for this.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to give you the stage. Take it away.
All right.
You look so sexy in the glasses.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me get my lyrics up here, because it's different when you read a song than when you sing it, right?
It's a totally different energy, and it's like really interesting how they morph, sometimes for the better.
And I haven't done this yet. I haven't practiced it or anything, so we'll see what happens. But just a little background to this song that I think might be helpful. This song is what really put me into the pagan community in a real tangible way. Selena Fox had put out an email on her thread. This was way back in, I'm going to say 2016, about a soldier who was killed in Afghanistan and wanted a pentacle on his gravestone, Sergeant Patrick Dana Stewart. And he was denied his request for a pentacle on his grave marker by the VA. However, the military allowed the pentacle as his emblem of belief on his dog tags. This is not adding up. What country am I living in where a soldier can fight for rights that he's not being honored with or her with upon their death?
Don't get me started.
Oh, I know. So I stepped away from the computer. I was like, And the song came, and I really wasn't that connected to the pagan community at the time. Didn't know what people were going through. But as we channel, right, somehow I tapped into the field, or maybe Sergeant Patrick Dana Stewart talked to me in the ethers, and this song really affected a lot of people in such a clear, clean way. And I started singing it everywhere I could. I sang it in Washington, D.C., at rallies. And I believe so strongly that we all deserve the right to believe as we believe, no matter what that belief is. And when we start honoring that for ourselves and others, that's when we'll get the peace that we all say that we need and want. So I don't say in this song what the symbol is, very specifically, because I am for every person having the right to their own power, their own belief, whether that's within a religion or within their own sense of what's right in themselves. I am so for personal freedom. So that's the story behind this song. It changed my life. It changed my world. And I can probably say very cleanly that it's why I'm here talking to you today, this song. So let's do it. It's called Symbol. Right. An American soldier came home today, wrapped up as cargo in an American flag. He asked for one sweet, silent symbol on his grave. But the VA gun said, "Sorry, son, request denied." Well, he served as any other with his hands and with his heart. He prayed to Father Sky. He bowed down to Mother Earth. He honored air and water and the fire he danced around. But you didn't honor him before you put him in the ground. It's a symbol. It's a sign. It stands for everything divine. Excuse me, sir, I think you're wrong. I checked, and the last time I read the doctrine, it said practicing your faith is not a crime. So let this soldier rest. Honor his request. You sent that little girl crying home from school, told her she was evil and she disobeyed the rules. You took away her pendant, grandmother's gift. But the other kids are free to wear their crucifix. And she knows that if you catch her, you'll have her expelled. She's frightened. Every member of her family's going to hell. She's all messed up. She's 5 years old. She doesn't know her rights. But her daddy is a lawyer. So get ready for the fight. It's a symbol. It's a sign. It stands for everything divine. I'm sorry, sir. You're flat out wrong. I checked. The last time I read the doctrine, it said practicing your faith is not a crime. So if you make these children pray, let them do it their own way. He's a believer and he wears it on his arm. First day, new job, he set off all of the alarms. The memo spread like wildfire that the devil had arrived, and the virus got to corporate, and they fired him by 5. Now, all these misperceptions, and everyone runs scared of the neighbors and scared to declare because the persecution's high, expelled or fired or denied. So what the hell did our ancestors fight so hard for? So raise up your chisel and carve next to his name all that he held sacred, all that kept him sane. When you sent him off to war, you didn't care what he believed. Now he served you with his blood. Grant him his dignity. Freedom of speech, freedom of faith, freedom of religion, freedom to stand up and fight for what we believe in, freedom of speech, freedom of faith, freedom of religion, freedom to stand up and fight for what we believe in, freedom of speech, freedom of faith, freedom of religion, freedom to stand up and fight for what we believe in, freedom to die for your country and be recognized with a symbol of honor in your country's eyes. Freedom.
How incredibly powerful. You should recite it like that more often.
Thanks.
Wow.
I'm tearing up myself, yeah.
Wow. 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 I have goosebumps, like literally. That is from Alabaster and I'm sorry, Red, Alabaster, and Blue. Sorry, I'm like verklempt. Yeah. Yeah, you have another one for us, yeah?
I do. And it's completely different.
We gotta lighten the mood, honey.
I think it'd be a good chaser, this next one.
Okay,
Really
good.
Let me get my lyrics for that one set up. I was mentioning before about the Trustlefoot Fairy, one of the characters that I do, or maybe she does me. She's got an album called Naughty in Pink, and really fun, playful, innuendo-y songs. The Trustlefoot Fairy is a little pink fairy. She's irreverent yet innocent. She's run for president twice. And in the future, I don't think she'll run for president anymore. I think she will have her own probably YouTube channel, and we'll make her into a puppet so that I don't have to do all the hair and the makeup. I can just put my hand up her hoo-hoo and have her talk. And she will have probably her own show, which is If I Was the President. Her platform was Vote Pink, Act Green, and it's time to re-enchant the planet. So what I'd like to do, probably should have done that all while I'm gonna make myself go away so that I can bring her on in order to let her do the next song. So I'll explain it while I do that. Okay, I'm saying goodbye now. Wait for the Trestlefoot Fairy. All right. How many out there have ever had the experience of Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap? The most important thing you're going to need to understand for this segment and this song is that it is peppermint soap, especially if you haven't had the experience yet. And let me tell you, if you haven't had it, it is definitely an experience. And like I said, this song that is about to happen, well, as a poem, is on the Naughty in Pink album. The Trestlefoot Fairy has a whole career all her own. It's not just about Celia. And she's just really playful and so sweet. And she's also very clever. I think that your character, Alexian, that is Daddy Alexian, might really appreciate one of her songs, which is called I'm Not Homophobic. And there's also a song called the Tickle Break Song and a song called the Sphincter Song. So, playful and irrelevant. So she's almost ready here, and we'll bring her on shortly. Are y'all ready for the Trestlefoot Fairy to recite the poem of Dr. Bronner's Makes Your Hoo-Hoo Tingle? Here we go. All right.
Hello, I'm the Trestlefoot Fairy. And I would like to do a song that I wrote. Well, it's actually a co-write with my friend Lori Whalen. And she started the song and I finished it. And I've never done it as a poem before. So this should be pretty fun. Are you ready? The only thing you really need to understand is that Dr. Bronner's is peppermint soap. Okay. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. You can always tell the folks that use it there's a smile on their face and they always smell clean. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. Fellas, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. It feels like your ho-ho just swished Listerine. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your ho-ho tingle. Fellas, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. I use it every time I get the chance. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like a peppermint patty in your pants. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. I'll get the Dr. Bronner's. And you go get the wine. Let's meet up in the bathtub and have a real good time. I'll scrub away your sorrows. You pumice all my pain. Let's meet back here tomorrow and do it all again. Do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's a 0-calorie snack. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like your hoo-hoo just sucked a Tic Tac. Don't let them tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. I hope you're not getting annoyed. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It feels like your hoo-hoo just popped an Altoid. Don't let him tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, it's curiously strong. I'll get the Dr. Bronner's and you go get the beer. Let's meet up in the bathtub. Let's stay there for a year. I'll lather you with laughter. You clip my fingernails. Let's meet back here tomorrow and forget all life's travails. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Showering was never more fun. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. If you read the label, it says we're all one. Don't let him tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. Do, 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 do. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's just like a nip and a tuck. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. It's better than the ultimate great morning. Don't let him tell you that it's not okay. It's personal hygiene. And oh, by the way, Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies, you know what I mean. This one gets a little more political and it's not on the recording, but I think it's worth saying. GOP, you keep your laws off my hoo-hoo. Ladies, you know what I mean. What happens with my hoo-hoos? Between me and my hoo-hoo. You dirty old man, keep your Rushes and your Ricks and your Trumps off of me. Don't let them tell you what to do or say. Hoo-hoos, unite. Stand up and say nay. Say nay, hoo-hoos. Nay. Dr. Bronner's makes your hoo-hoo tingle. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I mean. I'll get the Dr. Bronner's and you go get the mead. Let's meet up in the bathtub and have a scrubbing spree. Don't let him tell you that it's not okay. Your skin will start to pucker. My toes will start to prune. When can we meet again, dear? I hope it will be soon. Ladies, you know what I wish I could show you, but ladies, you know what I mean. Do, 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 do. Bye. I'll bring Celia back on now. Okay.
Okay, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A bonus verse just for you on this show, not on the recording. That was precious and a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. Now I want to buy peppermint soap. What's wrong with me?
Well, Celia's coming back now. I'm not quite sure what just happened, but I just want to. Was she naughty? Was she naughty? She tends to
Oh
be
no,
naughty.
she was a perfect lady. She was a perfect
Well,
lady.
that's unusual.
Now that is, of course, on this album, the Trestlefoot Fairies Naughty in Pink.
Correct.
Yes. It says warning.
Yes,
For
warning for
mature
mature
audience
audience.
only.
Yes. I can't tell you how many people have told me that they think about me in the shower.
I wonder why.
It's the weirdest thing. Kind of has a cult following, this song, especially at festivals, because it's, biodegradable soap. So people are using Dr. Bronner's at festivals all the time.
It's the only
And-
reason.
Yeah, you're right. It's the only. It's not the tingle. It's not the all one uniting tingle. And I have to give a shout out to my friend Lori Whalen, who started that song, and she always gives a shout out to her granddaughter, who was having a bath and using Dr. Bronner's, a very little girl, and she said, "Grandma, this makes my hoo-hoo tingle," and that's where it all started, from the mouths of babes.
There you go. Celia is actually donating 2 digital albums to our Arcane Treasures giveaway today at the end of the show. And one of them is the Red, Alabaster, and Blue. Yes, so that first powerful song is up for grabs in the drawing, as well as the Samhain and Halloween compilation. Oh, that was interesting sound effect. So don't forget that you can enter to win. And the way you're going to do that, interesting. The way you're going to do that is you're going to type in #red. That's #red. And you do that in the YouTube comments. I think we're getting feedback from somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. So you can enter right now by typing in #red into the YouTube comments, and we'll do the drawing here towards the end of the show. Let me turn my volume down a little bit, but I don't think it's me. Okay, that's an
Do you
interesting
think that's on
feedback.
my end? Should I refresh?
I have no idea. Let's just continue forward. What is the most challenging aspect of your career?
I'm getting an echo from you. So you said, what's the most challenging about my career? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's the most challenging aspect of your career?
Aspect. Am I freezing and glitching? It looks like it is on my end. I just want to check.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'll continue and you tell me if you need me to do something else. The most challenging aspect of my career is wearing all the hats. And whereas I'm good at that part of it, I would so much prefer to be the artist and the full-time artist and not wear so many hats and stretch myself thin, because then I could be more potent as a creator.
That's a very good answer. And in fact, that is any independent recording artist's answer. I would agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah. So you just finished a tour. Where did you go? And tell us about that real quick.
Okay, again, we're having some glitchy stuff happen on my end.
Yeah, your internet
Where
is
did you go?
cutting out.
And tell us. I'm not sure what you want me to tell you.
So your tour
Yeah,
that you
it's
just
doesn't have
ended.
any. Okay, so I just yeah, I did 9 states. I did California, Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, and then drove back home. That was 7 weeks. I'm not exactly sure what the question you asked, but it was amazing. I got to do some beautiful festivals and Hexenfest. I was there. I was at this run and just did a lot of wonderful shows, some teaching, voice works. I did some sound healings as well. It was really, truly amazing. And I'm getting ready now to turn around to Hawaii, New Zealand, Australia.
Yes. So let me bring that slide up. She is going on a winter tour starting in Hawaii. She leaves earlier. She leaves on Wednesday. And she's going to be in Hawaii and New Zealand, right? And all of the dates are there. You can pause and look at it. And also, she is asking for for touring help. So if you are interested in helping her with the tour, you can scan that QR code or just go to melcoxmusic.com/NZ tour and you can donate some funds. Even $5 helps, to help her along on this tour around the other side of the world to spread her love and her joy and her spirit to other fans on the other side of the globe. So if you can hear that and you want to try to talk about it, let's see if you're not glitching anymore. Try to. I think we're losing her, unfortunately. So yeah, you can also check out her Patreon. at patreon.com/Celia Farran. Or you can also just go to celiafarran.com, and that's her website. And maybe purchase some of her music, etc. That will help her out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring on Draken and see if we have any questions for you.
Hey there. I don't have any questions in the chat, but we do have say Paulo's name for me. Is it Paulo?
Paulo.
Yeah, Paulo. He's with us from Brazil.
Yay! Hey, Paulo.
Paulo. But yeah, I think we've all just been enjoying the show, just taking it all in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So no questions then, right?
No questions.
Okay. Celia, if you can hear me and you want to try to reboot, we're going to take a short sponsor break for just a few minutes and see if you can reset your connection. Okay. And we'll see everybody back in just a couple of minutes. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Are you ready to elevate your brand and connect with a dynamic and growing community? We invite pagan-minded businesses and services to sponsor our live YouTube show, where your brand can shine. Visit alexianmusic.com/sponsor to explore this exciting opportunity. Imagine your logo taking center stage, just like our other esteemed sponsors. Join us in celebrating our shared passions and reach a dedicated audience. We can't wait to welcome you on board. Our sponsors for today's show are... Have you heard of paganmusic.com? It's a site run by Alexian and his husband Victor, who have been championing pagan music for over 30 years. They founded Earth Tone Studios in 1993 and took their support online in 1997 at paganmusic.com. They're now liquidating their stock, and some items have turned into rare collector's pieces. After the liquidation, they plan to evolve paganmusic.com into a resource hub, continuing their dedication to all pagan recording artists. Today, paganmusic.com is excited to donate a $25 cart checkout coupon for the Arcane Treasures Giveaway at the end of the show. We hope it brings the winner some joyous pagan shopping. Today's show is also proudly sponsored by Alexian's official website as pagan recording artist, alexianmusic.com, where you can explore a world of pagan music and artistry. At alexianmusic.com, you'll discover a treasure trove of resources, including music recordings, online courses, as well as the Cool Cats community. Join him for bonfire bardic circles, magical spells, recipes, rituals, daily tarot videos, spiritual discussions, pentacle parties, songwriting classes, book swaps, meditations, and so much more. Be part of the fun and enrich your spiritual journey. Today, Alexian is offering a complimentary Rooted Kitten ongoing membership to the Coven of Cool Cats in the giveaway. This $4 per month membership grants you access to his vibrant and growing community. Alexian is also including a limited edition Alexian Show fridge magnet up for grabs during the Arcane Treasures Giveaway at the end of the show. Don't miss your chance to snag this unique collectible and be part of the Alexian adventure. Our sponsors funded today's show, covering equipment, streaming software, and staff. Please support them as they support us. And now let's get back to the show.
Hey, welcome back. Okay, Cecilia has reset her connection. Let's bring her back on and see if we have a better connection now. Are you back?
You're not
Yes.
glitching on my end.
So far, so good.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Thank the gods. Welcome back. Okay, what we're going to do real quick is we're going to have a little fun with you. Get your pencil and paper ready, Celia, because I'm going to take you through the rapid fire question section.
Woo-hoo.
Okay, this is nothing that she knows about or could prepare for. So here we go. I'll bring you back a little later, Draken. All right. All right. So let me remove this and bring up that. And here we go. Question 1. What's your favorite movie of all time and why? What is your favorite movie of all time and why? Okay, question number 2. What's the weirdest combination of foods you secretly loved but never told anyone about? What's the weirdest combination of foods you've secretly loved but never have told anyone about? All right, and the last question. What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently? What's the most interesting thing that you have learned recently? All right, time is up. Celia, what's your most favorite movie of all time and why?
My favorite movie is The Dark Crystal because I love puppets. I love story. I love the hero's journey. And I love how they addressed light and dark and the spirit and the shadow and how we are all one. And Jim Henson is one of my heroes. So that movie affected me so deeply back in 1980 when I was a little girl. I saw it in the theater. It's my favorite movie to this day.
If you have not seen The Dark Crystal, yes, it's old, it's dated, but it is a classic. You must watch it. And I do believe we had another guest that said The Dark Crystal was one of their favorite movies.
I need to know who that was. We need to watch
it.
I
don't remember. I'll have to watch my own shows.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. That is an incredible movie, and it has such poignant underlying lessons. Yeah. What's the weirdest combination of foods you've secretly loved but have never told anyone about?
I'm gonna have to go with my tour clothes faves. After I do a long tour, I come home and I take all the makeup off and all the costumery and I puddle for like 3 days. And I eat things like ice cream in copious amounts, popcorn, and tequila.
Tequila. Okay, there you go.
Not necessarily all the time together, though I've been known to do it. But those are my go-tos. Those are my comfort foods. Like, I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm gonna just put myself back into that gooey mess of the inside the chrysalis so I can grow my butterfly wings again. There's my confession of what I eat so healthy all the time, and then ice cream, popcorn, and tequila, baby.
Ice cream is my kryptonite. I inherited that from my father.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most? Yeah, same.
Mm-hmm.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned recently?
I learned so much all the time. That was the one that got me. I was like, whoa, so many things. But the one I'm going to choose, it's not necessarily that I've learned it so much recently, but it finally got codified in me where it just makes so much sense. And that is that the people that we really want to be in relationship with are not necessarily the people who look a certain way or believe a certain way or eat the same foods as us or that they share the same values. It's the people who calm our nervous systems down. And nervous system co-regulation is what creates connection and safety, and what I like to call that honey in the heart. So all the things that social media or advertising tells us, we're supposed to be around people who look a certain way, we're supposed to be around people who dress a certain way, we're supposed to be around people who believe in our politics the same way we do. It's BS, because what we really need to be around is people who co-regulate our nervous system so that we turn off the reptilian part of the brain, which is going to be fight or flight, freeze, fawn, all of those things, and bring us into the prefrontal cortex, which is going to be, I'm conscious that I'm being triggered. I'm conscious and I know how to stay calm within this for myself and for the people in front of me. So one of the things that I love to practice, and it is a practice, is being a safe space for myself and being a safe space for others. And that's where all the magic happens.
Yep. It's all about that complementary energy. I totally wholeheartedly agree. My husband of 32 plus years now, I don't know.
Wow.
He's a Pisces and I'm an Aries. Fire, water, the alpha and the omega of the astrological system, right? And we complement each other so well. It is scary. Yeah. And of course, we've been together so long now, we have one brain. So we know what each other are thinking without even talking. It's pretty spooky sometimes. But yes, complementary, right? Not the same. Not the same. All right. The moment we've been waiting for. I'm going to bring Draken back on. It is time for the drawing. Yes. Actually, nope. I'm getting ahead of myself. Before the drawing, you must tell us what I talked about at the beginning of the show, which is how you were run over by your father and declared dead. Tell us the whole story.
Okay. So much like you, I think we have a similar background. I grew up on a farm. And one of my jobs as a youngster was to go collect the eggs. And I enjoyed collecting the eggs. It was one of my favorite little things to do. And I was had my little egg basket in my hand, and we have to cross the driveway in order to get to the barn. And my father was off running an errand, like he's getting ready to do things. I saw his car and I wanted to say goodbye to him before he left, and he did not see me and ran me over in the driveway. I don't remember all of this. This is all that was shared with me from my parents' perspective. And I was lifeless. I was limp. They rushed me to the hospital. I wasn't responding. They thought I wasn't breathing. And there was a tire mark over my hoodie. I don't know how that happened. Maybe it's why I have a pointy little head now. But I did finally wake up and became conscious, much to their delight. And I had one little scrape on my leg, and the doctor put a Band-Aid on it, and I went home. And to this day, I wonder if I'm a walk-in. You know, maybe I would have been a different person if maybe that personality moved on and a new one came in. I'm definitely different as a person, and all my family is very creative and very, kind of minds that are just really popping and on fire and brilliant. I come from a really brilliant family. So I don't know as if I'm not so different from them. However, I'm the one who decided to make my career in music. I have this sort of drive that some of my other siblings have that drive too, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm the Capricorn and they're the Cancers. But
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
that'll do it too. Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
That'll definitely do it.
But also, there's a good chance that you're just Faye, is what it is.
I think I could just be right. Maybe I ducked through the tires. I don't know what happened, but I probably died and came back. And I'm glad I did, because it's been a pretty cool life.
Yeah.
And I'm sure my parents felt terrible. I can't imagine what my poor father felt having to be on the driving end of that. And the same man who delivered me and brought me into the world also killed me.
You know
Maybe
what? I've told my kids for years, I brought you into this world, I can take you out and make another. But I was joking. Like,
careful what you say, Dragon. You never know.
Oh, that was a good one.
I came in as a spontaneous outlier, and I'm a walking miracle. So, and I'm grateful, super grateful to be here.
We are grateful to Celia. Absolutely. You make the world a better place for sure. The moment, now I can say it, the moment you've been waiting for, the Arcane Treasures giveaway is upon us. Okay.
all right.
You can hit the button there. Remember, this is your last chance for karma points. Spank that like button, subscribe, and poke that bell. You've got 1 minute. Go ahead and do the little ticker thing for us, Draken. Yep. There we go. And while you're at it, Draken, remind our viewers what they could win.
All right. So the prize package that you'll be getting for this Arcane Treasures giveaway, download codes for 2 Celia Farran digital albums, which, you know, French Kiss, a $25 coupon for paganmusic.com, a free ongoing membership to the Kitten Circle inside Alexian's Cool Cats community, also French Kiss, all of this, and an Alexian Show limited edition fridge magnet.
You know you want the magnet. It's all about the magnet.
So cute. So cute.
Okay, so far we have 3. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3 entries.
All right.
All right. Anybody else want to jump in on this? We got viewers, but we got nobody entering. Guys are all shy. Comment.
Well, they also may not be live. Have experienced this before.
Yeah. Gotta be live. Gotta be live. Gotta be live.
Yeah.
All right. 7 seconds and we hit the draw button. Time is up. I'm bringing it up on stage. Here we go. Right. Good luck, everyone.
Yay.
And the winner is Natasha.
Yay! She's another very lucky one.
For winning today's Arcane Treasures giveaway. Please email me directly to claim your treasures. A huge thank you to our guest, Celia. Thank you so much, Celia, for your music, your humor, and your magic.
Thank you.
And to our viewers, if you've missed earlier episodes, you can catch all the replays on the channel. Draken and I will return next month for episode 23, featuring pagan musician Beltana Spellsinger live on January 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful, fabulous day, and we'll see you next month. Boss blessings.
Bye.
Bye.